this is important for every city. It's important for every people because, one, it gives an opportunity to learn about things that people have not seen before. It gives people a chance to have hands-on experience, being able to actually touch and feel and learn about things not by just hearing about them, but by seeing them and doing them. These are all very important because my feeling is that almost everybody starts off as a scientist. When we are trying to explore the world and explain what's going on in the world that we grow up in, and then this just expands it, makes it easier to learn more and to be excited about more things, to be able to come in here and to look directly at the corals, to be able to see the fish, to see them interacting, to me it's an exciting thing to do. So it gives people the opportunity to be part of this. My feeling is that most people don't have an experience of being able to go to the sea or to be able to go into a river and to be able to see the great diversity of life, to be able to experience that in one place, to see the variety, to see how many different forms and how many different ways that organisms cope with the world and live in the world is wonderful. So places like aquaria are very important because they give people an opportunity to see this variety and to think about what it means to maintain this variety. And so if you don't see it, you don't think about it. You look at only your narrow area that you grow up in. This way you think about this in a much broader sense, and you realize that there's a lot of astonishment, there's a lot of beauty, there's a lot that we don't know. And to preserve that, we need to know more about it. That's what aquaria and zoos and other places, if they're run appropriately, they're the ones that they give people this knowledge of what there really is in the world at large. One thing that I like to say to people about the story of GFP, and which I'll talk about tonight, is that the story starts out with people trying to answer, one person, Osamu Shimomura, trying to answer one question. And it is a question that has nothing to do with human health or industry or agriculture. He was interested in a very basic question. Why is it that some animals and some plants and some bacteria, how is it that they can make light? They can generate light. And that was the question he was interested in. And he studied that in a jellyfish. And now people don't study enough of all the different types of organisms. They study mice, or they will study fruit flies, or they will study very specific things. And the story of GFP is that it's studying something that other people were not studying. Being interested in a very basic question is important. So there's nothing here in the aquarium that is directly related to the work that I do. But there are some corals that I know in many places, in the Caribbean, in Australia, or off Australia, that these corals also make a different color fluorescent protein. One from jellyfish was green. The ones from some of the corals are red. And so people that knew this started studying the corals, and they gave us more colors, and that was very important. So these may very well, some of them may actually make either a green or a red fluorescent protein. Maybe blue, but most of them are red and green. There are a few that are blue, but it may very well be here. But I also think that by studying all of these organisms, we're going to learn more, and it's going to be important. So, in a sense, my work is part of a much larger piece of work.